Hi guys, so I'm here with Chase to do his 5-month update. He's actually 5. Can you stop kicking the table? What are you doing? He is 5.5 months old now. He's a big boy. Look how big he is. I took his weight and his length this morning. Actually, he is 27.25 inches long and he is 19.5 pounds on my scale. And yeah, the camera's gonna be shaking because he's kicking the table and the camera's on the table, so sorry about that. But yeah, he is getting so big. I have notes on my phone again, like I always do, so I'm just gonna go through and talk about what I wanted to talk about. He is still in size 4 diapers. He's in 9 months clothing, except for pants. Some of the 9-month size pants don't fit him, so I've been starting to buy him size 12 months. But the 9 months onesies still fit him, and like this is still a size 9 months like sleeper thing. It like just fits him. But the 12 months ones I think would be too big on him. He is still breastfeeding. I don't think I can say we're exclusively breastfeeding anymore because he has had solids, well, sort of. We tried to give him banana a week ago, I think. It didn't really work out. He kept pushing it out of his mouth and he just wasn't really interested in it at all, but he did taste it. He got like a tiny little bit in his mouth, I guess. And we also gave him rice cereal in his bottle about a week and a half ago, I guess. And the main reason we did that was to see if it would help him sleep a little bit better. And that one night, I think it did help him a little bit. I think he went like 5 hours or something without waking up, so that was really good for him. But we haven't done it anymore since then. Or we tried to do it one more time, but he was having a hard time sucking it through the bottle for some reason, so we just kind of gave up. And also, I don't know, I just don't feel like fiddling around with bottles at nighttime. I'm always like tired at night, and it's just so much easier just to breastfeed him and not defrost milk and make a bottle and add cereal and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure if we're really gonna keep doing that or not. We just tested it out, and I don't know. It might have helped him sleep better, or it might have just been that he slept 5 hours that night anyway. But yeah, we are slowly starting to introduce a little bit of solids to him, but that's all he's had so far is a little bit of rice cereal in his bottle and a tiny little bit of banana. He hardly got any of it in his mouth, but he has had a little bit. We are still co-sleeping. That's the only way that I can get any sleep. He doesn't really like he hasn't been sleeping in his DockATot for like the past month. We've just been skipping over it and just putting him straight into our bed because he just kept waking up when we put him in the DockATot. And it was just easier for me to put him, or for me or for Greg to lay him down in our bed and just kind of cuddle him a little bit until he fell asleep and we were able to leave the room and come back downstairs. You can't really do that. You can't really cuddle him in a DockATot, and he likes to cuddle. Like, he likes to feel people next to him and know we're next to him and he's not by himself. So we kind of have to do that until he falls really dead asleep, and then we can come back downstairs and hopefully he'll stay asleep, but for the most part he doesn't. He always still ends up waking back up and we have to go back upstairs and put him back asleep again. Basically, he has not been sleeping very well at all. Like, we usually always have to go back up there and like rock him back to sleep at least once before Greg and I actually go up to go to sleep. And then he has been up, like, I can't even count how many times he wakes up at night. It's just ridiculous. He's just always waking up, like looking to comfort nurse back to sleep, and yeah, it's exhausting. I haven't had a good like 4-hour stretch of sleep in about a month, I guess. He's just always waking up at night. So yeah, that hasn't been very fun, buddy. You need to start sleeping. And actually, we're planning on getting his crib this weekend, but now it looks like it's gonna snow and be like bad weather, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to get it this weekend, but I'm really hoping that once we get his crib set up, that'll hopefully start sleeping better. My hope is that we'll rock him to sleep, lay him down, and then if he wakes back up, I don't know. I'm hoping that he'll just like roll over onto his belly and fall asleep like Madison did, but I don't know, it's kind of a different situation because Madison never co-slept. She never got used to, you know, us sleeping right next to her, so it might be a little bit difficult, but I really would like him to start sleeping in his bed or his own crib for at least the first half of the night, and then if he wakes up around 4 in the morning or something, I'll just bring him into bed with me. That would give me at least a few hours of sort of good sleep, I guess, without him right next to me. That would just be nice. That would be nice, bud, if I could finally get some sleep. Yes, I would. And you need to sleep too. It's not good for him to be waking up so much either, so yeah. Fingers crossed that getting his crib set up helps. He's still not napping well either at all. We still have like no nap schedule. It's just whenever he's tired, I'll try to put him down and he'll sleep for, if I'm lucky, like half an hour. He rarely sleeps for longer than that. If I do get an hour out of him, it's like, oh my goodness, Chase slept for a whole hour. But like he hardly ever does that. It's always just like 20 minutes here, half an hour here. So again, I'm hoping that with his crib, we can get him on a better napping schedule and I can actually have some time during the day to get stuff done when he's not awake. Up until recently, he wasn't very good at sitting, but a few days ago I started really trying to work with him and I put him on the floor and put the boppy pillow around him to help him balance a little bit, and he's getting better. I actually sat him up with the boppy pillow around him, walked into the kitchen and came back and he was still sitting, so we're making some progress. He's getting better. He's getting a little bit more balanced. He's definitely not an unsupported sitter yet by any means, but we're getting closer, so that is exciting. He really wants to sit. I know he does. He wants to sit up and just like see all his toys in front of him and play with stuff in front of him, but he just doesn't have the balance yet. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks he'll be better at sitting, and I think that'll make him like, I don't know, he'll be more occupied, I think, that way, because right now I just lay him down on the, or he'll either be like in his seat or in his jumper, like his jumperoo, which he really, really likes. But if I lay him on the floor, he'll just roll onto his belly right away. And sometimes he's happy like that for a while, but sometimes he just gets bored, I guess, just laying on his belly. So it would just be nice if we could add sitting to the equation. He's not crawling yet. I really thought he'd be going somewhere by now because it really looked like he was going to start crawling like a month ago. But he still hasn't got it down yet. He does roll like to get places, I guess, sort of. Like sometimes he'll do like a double roll to get a little bit further away. And I've noticed that if I put him down in one spot on the carpet and walk away, I'll come back and he could be like in a totally different spot. So he's getting places somewhere, but I don't think he's really like pushing himself there. I think he's just rolling there. Either that, or what he also does is when he's on his belly, he just kind of like pushes his butt up in the air with his feet, and then when he comes back down, he's like a couple inches further from where he was. So it's either rolling or he's doing like the little butt push thing that he does. Overall though, he is a really happy baby. He's always smiling. It's so easy to make him smile, so easy to make him laugh. He laughs a lot now. He hasn't really laughed at anything randomly, like without me trying to get him to laugh. I'm always trying to do something silly to make him laugh. I'm still waiting for that moment where he just like cracks up at something random that I do and I'm not even trying to make him laugh, because that's always like super funny when they just find something totally random really funny. He loves peekaboo. He started laughing at that recently. That's been a lot of fun because like Madison will come over and do peekaboo with him and he'll start laughing, and she loves when he laughs at her. And he still loves his hands in his mouth, as you can tell. I'm pretty sure he's teething. There's got to be some kind of teething going on there. He's also sucking his lips in a lot now, and someone mentioned to me that, I forget who mentioned it, but someone said that could be a sign of teething too, because that kind of like soothes their gums when they suck on their lips like that. So yeah, I don't know. No teeth yet that I can feel or see. I'm sure he's got something going on in there, so who knows? Maybe he'll have a tooth soon, or maybe he won't. He does love Sophie though. This is like, I think, his favorite teether thingy, right? You like Sophie, you're smiling at her. And I don't know why, but I was on Amazon like trying to find him like a new teether, like something that he'd really like, and then I was like, he likes Sophie. Like why am I trying to find something different if this is what he likes? So yeah, can't lose Sophie. One thing we have been dealing with him is him scratching his head. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but he's constantly scratching at his head, especially when he's nursing. I've started having to put like a sock on his hand to stop him, because if I don't do that, then I have to use my other really I have to use my other hand to hold his hand down, because he likes to scratch at the top of his head when he's nursing, and then when he's just like bored or tired or whatever, he'll just scratch at his forehead. And I've started having to like really file down his nails like a lot to make them really dull, so he hopefully can't scratch himself, but sometimes he still does. So yeah, that's just something that we're dealing with. You gotta stop scratching your head, bud. Yes, you do. But other than that, I think that is about it for his update. If you guys have any questions on anything, just leave them down below in the comments. Do you want to say hi, buddy? Should we do a little close-up of you? Huh? Should we do a little close-up? Hey, look at yourself. Chase! Chase! Look in the camera! Hey! Look in the camera. Hi! Hi! You see yourself? Buddy! Oh. So yeah, that's about it. I will see you guys all for my next video. Bye guys.